Hello everyone, today I'm bringing you a very messy, unorganized, and unkempt video. As you can tell, my bookshelves behind me are dead. Aside from the 2 sacks of books right there that I plan on getting rid of. Because I'm moving, yay! With that said, this May reviews video is going to be a little different. I can't hold up each of the books and show you what I read because I stupidly packed them away before I could make this video. And also, I just went camping for 3 days and my hair is a mess and I move into this place tomorrow and I don't know why I went camping 3 days before I decided to move and why I didn't film this video sooner. But I am still trying to be consistent in getting these done at the end of each month, so without further ado, allow me to show you the books I read in May on my phone because I am not going to take the time to put them up. It's gonna be on my phone, the books that I read. Do you like my summertime background? It's so cute. The first book I read was a reread, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I decided to reread this book before A Court of Mist and Fury came out, and I loved it. I really love Sarah J. Maas's writing. I love her characters. I love her storytelling. I do say I think I like The Throne of Glass better than this series, partly because of one particular reason. The next book I read, which was, if you haven't guessed it, A Court of Mist and Fury. So comparing these 2 books, A Court of Thorns and Roses, let's pretend I'm holding it, and A Court of Mist and Fury, I think I liked the second book better. It's hard to compare this because the second book is bigger. If you don't know about Sarah J. Maas, each book gets bigger and better with everything she writes. I think her characters still hold up. I think the storyline still holds up. The world gets so big and so awesome, and Feyre even becomes more awesome. So yes, I read those 2 gigantic books this summer, and then I joined the Booksplosion group read along for the month, and that was What We Saw by Aaron Harks. I can't read his last name on this phone. This book actually has a lot to do with where I live. It takes place in Iowa, which is where I live, in a small town, and it's about a rape case, and everyone is against the victim who was raped and not the offenders, which was 3 guys, not just 1 guy, 3 guys. And the reason for this is because it's a small town, and if these guys get convicted, it's gonna ruin their sports life. And you know, I'm from Iowa, I played soccer, I kind of understand the whole, like, you know, if you're in a small town, you gotta get the scholarship to get out to go big. However, this is like totally immoral and wrong and terrible, and I feel like this was very well written. I felt like it dealt very well with the topic of rape and I guess rape culture. But yeah, I feel like this one was very well written and I would recommend it. The next book I read was Sword Art Online Book 1. This is the American cover, I'm assuming. I'm assuming the Japanese cover looks different, probably. Yeah, I binge watched the entire first season of Sword Art Online, and then I bought the first book because I didn't know it was a book before a manga series. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up the manga series. That's quite a lot of Sword Art Online to ingest and quite a lot of money, but it might be worth it. As I read through this book, I could not believe that the first 15 episodes is 1 book. Like, that's like a lot happens. Like, they really, I hate to say it, but I feel like the TV show almost did better than this, because I feel like the TV show expanded it more, and even still, my only one kind of complaint about the TV show is that they could have done more and that it felt a little rushed. This felt like really rushed, but once again, there's more books. There's probably more stuff in the other books too. I don't know, I really like this series, I really like these characters, but I sometimes, as I watch and as I read it, I'm like, there is so much you can do with this world. You can expand, you can do so many things and meet so many characters, and sometimes I feel like they kind of waste that potential. Not really waste it, but I feel like they don't go as far as they could. But that's just me. Also, I'm not gonna complain about the writing because I'm wondering, it was written in Japanese. But, and it's also, I really don't know, like, the demographic for this either. I don't know, I just feel like I've read better written things, you know? I don't know. I'm having a hard time reviewing this because I read 1 book, it's translated from Japan, I watched the series first, I feel like I'm very biased and strange, but I did enjoy it. I am probably going to pick up the next one. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do I need to read the manga series? Was the manga better than the book? Should I just watch the show, or should I read all these before? I haven't watched season 2, apparently there's a season 2 of Sword Art Online. But yeah, if you are a diehard anime or Sword Art Online fan, let me know. I've just kind of gotten into it, and I just need your opinions. The next book I read was an actual manga, and that was Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, Volume 1. I watched a review of the movie Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, and I really wanted to see this movie so bad, but you know how they're kind of hard to get your hands on. It's a Japanese movie, by the way, from Studio Ghibli, written by this amazing guy named what's his first name? Miyazaki? Hayao Miyazaki. But yes, I found out that it's actually a comic series, so I bought the first volume or trade or whatever it is, and this is good. I can tell this is going to be good. It was easy to follow, a very simple story, but it has a lot of heart to it. It was also in like black and white, which kind of threw me off, but even still, I feel like I can just hear the movements and see the colors, and I can hear her voice. You have to put a lot of your imagination in it, and I feel like it's written to where it just comes to life. And it really makes me want to see the movie. I already ordered the second trade for this. It's up there, I think, in a box on like the very top of my shelf, and I'm not gonna undo it until I move. But yes, Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. How many of these do I have to read before I can watch the movie without spoiling myself? That's what I want to know. The next book... My cat's blocking my light. Do you care? I don't really care at this point. The next book I read was The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the fourth and final book in the Raven Boys series, and I am not really going to say much about this aside from the fact that I loved it. Most of it. But yeah, you should just read the Raven Boys if it's your thing. It's really not my thing, but I really liked it. But I can't say anything because this is the fourth book and there's like spoilers galore. This is like a series I don't want to say anything about, so that's that. And the last book I read in May, if I can ever tell you because my cat is eating my camera. I need to talk about books, okay? I know we're moving and you're stressed, but I need to talk about books. We have to get this done. You moved my camera. Don't get mad at me. The last book I read in May was 12 Kings in Shirake by Bradley D. Beaulieu. So this is a high fantasy novel about this girl whose name is Sita, and she lives in the desert, and to be honest, I can't tell you what the story's about because I did not finish this book. This book, once again, I feel like it had so much potential, and I felt like the character was good, but I cannot tell you the plot to this book. I was like, there's like maybe 500 pages, I was like 350 pages in, and I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what the point is, I don't know what she's trying to do, I don't know what she's trying to accomplish. I can't picture the world, I'm just picturing like this bland desert and these people, and I don't know, maybe it's because I was so distracted by the moving process that I didn't get into this, but I had so much high hopes for this awesome looking novel about kings in the desert. I mean, look at the cover, can you see it? Stormy! You see that cover? Doesn't that just look like amazing, like an awesome story? It did. It's got pretty decent ratings on Goodreads, but I don't know, I just could not, I didn't understand the plot. I didn't know what the point was. I didn't really care what the point was. I was kind of let down. So yes, those are all the books that I read this month. I'm just going to show you my cute little phone here. Well, not the phone itself, but the little background. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. The next time I film, I will be in a different location, and that video will be 10 books I want to finish this summer. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Josie, and hopefully I will see you later.